We're in the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. First carry for Nick Chubb. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Well, this defense for the Browns, they have certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he finds his target, Ebron. Touchdown! Eric Ebron, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers, on just 2 plays, have taken the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And we're in the middle part of the season where each week starts to become a little more important, and especially this, Charles, being a division matchup.
Yeah, you haven't fired the starter's pistol or rang the bell lap like they do in track and field for the sprint to the finish, but you're starting to eye it, aren't you? You got to pile up those wins, put them in the left-hand column, not the L's in the right-hand column.
Mayfield knocks this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Cameron Sutton, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, They have a hard time getting past it.
Pressure gets to Haskins, and down he goes. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
What a banner year in 2020 for Myles Garrett. Gets his Cleveland Browns to the playoffs for the first time in a long time and had 12 sacks to lead his team. He's averaged more than 10 sacks a year in his 4-year career and was named All-Pro for the first time after the 2020 campaign.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Give him 32 on the play. Going to run the toss here to Harris. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Haskins. And it's caught. And he's brought down.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
56, the mark for 56. Check 56.
Harris. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Again, it's Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Boswell for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Steelers 14, Browns nothing. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
T.J. Watt in on the tackle. Five yards remain on 2nd down. Mayfield to throw it this time. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield into the secondary past the 40. And Mayfield will have a first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play. 23 yards on the tuck and run. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And some room to roam now. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb hit 21.95 miles an hour on a long touchdown run in 2019, fourth fastest in the NFL, and he flashed the big-time speed again there.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him, and once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Now Haskins. Johnson with a completion over the middle. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They go play action now. Haskins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Now Haskins to throw it. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
Chris Boswell for the field goal of 41-yard attempt.
And Boswell's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns' drive about to get started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Cameron Sutton.
Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around, or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
On 2nd and 7, Haskins. That's caught. It's James Washington. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. Now it's Haskins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Haskins will throw. And in for the Steelers touchdown. James Washington, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers continue to pull away here in this first half. Boswell good with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Rolling to his right. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially his second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield. He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Mayfield's throw pulled in by Schwartz.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Mayfield on play action. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
They go with Chubb on second down. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Only needing 2 yards on second down. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Mayfield caught on the slant. Touchdown, Browns. Odell Beckham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that'll cut this to a 17-point spread. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Mayfield now. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. Touchdown. David Njoku. His first touchdown on the year. And the Browns get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point try by Bailey. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Haskins' throw complete there to Johnson. That catch good for only a couple. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. To throw again on second down. Haskins got his man complete over the middle. It's Washington. And all the way down to the 29. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off, and the Browns are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
The Browns drive about to get started. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Here's 2nd and 9. Handoff comes to Chubb. Running right through him. And he is out of bounds up around the 14-yard line. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Haskins to throw. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one up.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 33 yards that time. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job. They're stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Chris Boswell for the field goal. A 38-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Back near his goal line, here's Mayfield. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. And incomplete on the deep